right, lesson 9-7. This is the last section for the 7th grade math book. All right. So, turning to page 769. All right. So, I'll put your answers up there. I'm going to explain number 2. A garage door code has 5 digits. I always do that. I always draw the lines, okay? So if no digit is repeated, how many codes are possible? So how many digits could go in the first spot? 10. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. If they can't be repeated, that's 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. So we have 720 times 42 comes out to 30,240. Okay, let me move these for you. All right. Let me slide this down here. Whoops, there we go. Answers and answers. Okay. Independent and dependent events, page 775 today. When one event does not affect the outcome of the other, they are independent. For example, if you toss a coin twice, the first toss has no effect on the second one. So like if you toss a heads the first time, doesn't mean you're going to get a tails the second time. So list an example of an independent event and describe it. Okay. So these are examples that the book gave. Spinning a spinner and rolling a number cube. One does not affect the outcome of the other. When the first event doesn't affect the second. Okay, down at the bottom. Independent is a common word in the English language. Mathematical definition of independent is not under control of others. Okay? So the probability of A and B, the and word right here, is important, okay? It means you multiply. Probability of A times the probability of B. So remember that, we're going to be multiplying them. Okay, so a letter tile is selected from the G, B, E, and A. So we have 4 choices here for the tiles. And the spinner is spun. There's 3 sections of the spinner. What's the probability that both will be a vowel? Okay, so we have 2 vowels here, the A and the E, and we have 1 vowel here. So 2 times 1 out of 12 outcomes is 2/12, and you can reduce that to be 1/6. Okay. Then they show you a different way if you want to use this way. It's just another method. So the probability of selecting a vowel is 1/2. Half of these tiles. Oh, sorry. Let me grab my pen here. So half of these tiles are vowels. 1/3 of the spinner is a vowel. So 1/2 times 1/3, and you have your 1/6. Okay. the spinner and the number cube are shown, they're used in a game. What is the probability of a player not spinning a blue and then rolling a 3 or a 4? So not a blue. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections on the spinner. How many of them are not blue? 4 of them. On the number cube, rolling a 3 or a 4. How many are 3s and how many are 4s, right? So we have 2 out of 6. So simplify, and we have 4/15. Just what they have here, 4/15. The game requires players to roll 2 number cubes to move through the game pieces. The faces of the cubes are 1 through 6. What is the probability of rolling a 2 or a 4 on the first number cube and a 5 on the second? So go ahead and pause and do that one. So on the number cube, 2s and 4s, we've got 2 out of 6. So I'm going to just write down 1/3, 1/3 or 2/6, doesn't matter. 5 on the second one is 1/6, and 1/3 times 1/6 is 1 out of 18. Okay, if 2 events, A and B, are dependent, then the probability of both events occurring is the product of the probability of A and the probability of B after A occurs. Okay, that sounds confusing. It's really not too bad. So let's go on and we're going to try. Well, down at the bottom here, it talks about what that really means. Okay, so for example, if you have a bag with a blue and green marble and you're going to pick one marble out and you don't replace it and you pick another one, that's dependent. The do not replace it makes it dependent. If you replaced it, it would be independent. Okay. So here's an example. There's 4 oranges, 7 bananas, 5 apples in a fruit basket. They're going to pick a piece of fruit at random. And then another person's going to pick a piece of fruit at random. Find the probability that 2 apples are chosen. So here, how many pieces of fruit do we have? 4 and 7 make 11, plus 5. There's 16 pieces of fruit. How many are apples? 5. So the probability that the first person is going to pick an apple is 5 out of 16. How many apples are left? 4. Because they did not replace the apple. He picked the apple, and now the next person's going to pick an apple. So there's 4 apples. Now this is the part that you need to remember. There's not 16 pieces of fruit any longer. If they picked an apple out, now there's 15 pieces of fruit. So we're going to simplify. 4 over 16 is 1/4. 5 over 15 is 1/3. So our answer is 1/12. Okay, using that same group, the 4 oranges, 7 bananas, and 5 apples, do letter B and then do letter C. Okay, 2 bananas. There were 16 pieces of fruit. We're going to take a piece of fruit out. Now there's going to be 15. How many bananas? If we're going to get 2, 7 out of 16. 6 out of 15. Simplify. We have 3 out of 8. So we have 21 out of 120. 21 out of 120. Okay, letter C. Ah, I see. I could have reduced 3 over 15 as 1/5. Made it a heck of a lot easier here. We have 7 out of 40. That would be simplified. Either answer is fine. Part C now. 16 pieces of fruit. 15 pieces of fruit. How many oranges are there? 4. How many apples are there? 5. Reduce your fractions, and you get 1/12. All right, the last guided practice. So go ahead and do number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, the probability of getting a tails. Oh, let me grab my pen here again, sorry. 1/2. The probability of getting a 3 on a number cube is 1/6. So we have our answer of 1/12. Number 2, probability of getting a heads, 1/2. An odd number on the number cube is a 1, 3, or 5. It's actually 1/2 of the number cube is odd, 1/2 is even, that's 1/4. Okay, number 3, card labels 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are in a stack. A card is drawn and not replaced. So we have 5 cards. A second card is drawn at random. Find the probability of drawing 2 even numbers. So how many numbers are even there with those cards? The 6 and the 8. So 2 out of 5 are even. It's not replaced, so that means we have 4 cards left. If we take an odd card out, or if we take an even card out, sorry, there's only 1 even card left. So simplify, we have 1/2, we have 1/10. That's a 10. 1/10. Okay, homework is page 779, and go ahead and try 780 if you have time. All right, last lesson. Have a good day, everybody. I'll have the answers on the next flip chart.